Wheat Chex, Rice Chex, and Good Hot Ralston present Space Patrol! High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol! In today's transcribed adventure, Buzz and Happy are approaching a building where the Secretary General's daughter, Carol, is held captive. Suddenly, they become aware of a painful, tingling sensation and a ringing in their ears.
It's hard to walk. It feels like a big weight on me.
Yeah, I can hardly move. Happy. Nora's using some kind of a ray on us.
Paralyzer ray?
It's worse than that. We're in an ultrasonic beam. Run back to the ship. Get out of its range quickly.
I can't.
Happy, get up. Here, I'll help you.
I can't even crawl. My head, there's 1,000 needles in it.
If we don't get out of that beam, it'll shake us to pieces.
We'll be back in just a moment with today's Space Patrol story, The Sleepwalker. And now, gang, here's some terrific news. Here's how to get a pair of the Space Patrol Space Binoculars, the most unusual binoculars ever designed. You wear them like official outer space headgear. That's right, a strong elastic band holds them snugly to your eyes, leaving your hands absolutely free. Now, these are not flimsy celluloid goggles, not a mask. They're the real McCoy. Big, full-size, solid plastic binoculars you can see way off in the distance with. Overall, they're a complete 5 inches in width, a complete 5 inches in length. And when you wear them, they stand out a full 3.5 inches from your eyes. Powerful? Oh, you bet. These are 4 power binoculars with 4 fixed-focus, pure lucite lenses. You can spot airplanes in the sky, watch for your dad coming home from work, read signs way off in the distance. Truly, the greatest Space Patrol value in all our experience. The most sensational offer we have ever made. Now, here's how to get a pair. Buy a box of Instant Ralston. Then, with your name and address, send 25 cents in coin and an Instant Ralston box top to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. If you don't agree that your space binoculars are absolutely tops, return them, and the Ralston Company will cheerfully refund your money. The address again is Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. 2 hours ago, in the Neptune City office of Interplanetary Transport Service, a small white light on a control panel flickered and changed to red. A few seconds later, the traffic supervisor of the big private passenger service clicked on his spaceophone.
Space Patrol Search Command. This is the Interplanetary Transport Service Neptune office. Our ITS passenger ship N157 is overdue on 2 quarter-hour message-to-base reports. This ship last reported at 17:45 Universal Star Time on regular Terra-Neptune space lane. 900,000 DUs out of Neptune and has not reported to Space Control Terra. This office requests...
Within minutes, Space Patrol Search Command ships fanned out from Neptune, sensitive view scopes scanning space for the missing passenger ship. 90 minutes later, in Commander Corey's central office on Terra, Cadet Happy sits before a spaceophone, tensely waiting a report from Neptune.
Happy.
Nothing new so far, sir.
Cut down the amplifier. Thanks. I've just got a report from the Communications Center from the Space Patrol Search Unit. They found the N157 out beyond the Neptune orbit.
What was wrong, Commander?
Passengers and crew had been mysteriously put to sleep.
To sleep? Why?
To cover a robbery, it seems.
Well, was the thief still aboard?
No, we don't know yet. Chances are he was working with a Confederate who met the passenger ship out in space and took the thief aboard. But we know what's missing. One of the passengers, who was the first to revive, is making quite a disturbance about it. Can't say that I blame him. He lost 500,000 credits.
500,000? Wow.
Well, it's partly his own fault. He had them packed in an ordinary suitcase and didn't even ask for a guard.
Well, why in the universe was he carrying that much money around?
He's a space construction contractor named Reese Bixby. Took over the government artificial satellite job after the other contracting firm defaulted.
Oh, yeah. He's the man who boasted he could finish the satellites within 6 months.
He can probably do it, too. Fortunately, he's a much better space engineer than he was a guard of his money.
Well, the money isn't hid aboard the ship then, huh?
Apparently not. Ship has been searched. The only clue so far is that 2 passengers are missing. We don't know who they are until all the passengers revive, so interplanetary transport can check the passenger list.
And then we'll know who's missing and who took the money.
Unless the thieves were traveling under assumed names, which they probably were. To me, this looks like the work of the Sleepwalker.
Oh, the crook who's been stealing plant payrolls by putting people to sleep.
Right. But up till now, at least, he hasn't committed any other form of robbery.
Yeah, it seems that this sleepwalker walks in other people's sleep.
Yeah, that he does.
Interplanetary Transport Service, Neptune office, calling Commander Corey, Space Patrol Headquarters, Terra.
Corey here, go ahead.
This is Interplanetary Traffic Supervisor Jenkins, Commander. The 2 missing passengers are a man and a woman. The man is listed on the roster as William Knight.
And the woman?
My assistant is checking the names now, Commander. You hurry with that, please?
William Knight. Make a note of that, Happy.
Yes, sir.
I have the other name, Commander. I can't believe this.
What is it, Jenkins?
The missing woman is the Secretary General's daughter, Carol Carlisle.
What?
Was on the amended passenger list, a last-minute change transmitted from Terra, which is why we were so long in finding out.
Jenkins, stand by for further instructions.
Yes, Commander.
Happy, get the ship ready. We're blasting off for Neptune immediately.
I wish we'd get a report from the Neptune Search Command, sir.
Well, by this time, the other ship could be thousands of DUs away, Hap.
And we haven't the slightest idea of what kind of ship to look
Carol
for.
shouldn't have made a trip without notifying the Space Patrol.
Carol calling Commander Corey. Carol calling Commander Corey.
On the miniature spaceophone channel. Carol, thank goodness you're safe.
Oh, Buzz, I was taken off of a passenger ship inside the Neptune orbit.
Yes, we know that. Happy and I are headed for Neptune now. Where are you?
In the aft compartment of a private cruiser, Class C.
Do you know the registry number?
Yes, it's PCV-85. I got a look at it when it joined airlocks with the passenger ship.
Then you weren't affected by the sleep gas.
No, I was in my compartment. When I came out, a man grabbed me and forced me to the other ship.
Well, what man? What's his name?
Well, he was one of the passengers. His partner calls him Woody. Woody Knorr.
Who's his partner?
He was piloting the private cruiser. His name is Bob Morgan.
You know where they're taking you?
No, all I know is... Buzz, someone's coming.
Hide your miniature spaceophone, Carol, but leave it on. Corey out.
I've changed vector toward their position, sir.
Good, Happy. Increase our acceleration to 4 Gs.
We came in to have a little chat with you, miss. What's your name?
You mean you don't know?
Why should we? It was the money we were after.
Yeah, it's too bad you weren't in a lounge with the rest of the passengers. Or maybe it's a good thing. How would you like to join up with us?
Yeah, we can make it very profitable for you. Nice-looking kid like you would go far in our organization.
Why, of all the insulting...
So you want to play rough, huh? Well, I'll be glad to oblige you.
Let go of me!
Let her alone, Morgan. Just get her identification.
No dame's going to slap me and get away with it.
Send me her purse.
Oh, all right, Woody. Hey, look at that bracelet on her arm. Jupiter emeralds. I'll bet they'd bring in a few credits. She must be some big shot's daughter. I've changed my mind, Woody. This dame is an extra bonus.
Shut up, Morgan. Do you know who we got here? It's the Secretary General's daughter, Carol. Of all the passengers in that ship, we had to grab the one who could give us the most trouble. Let's go back and take her out front so we can watch her every second.
They've left the compartment. You hear the sound of their rockets in the spaceophone. The ship will be easy to follow on our viewscope finder.
I've got a rough 3-point fix on their trajectory. If they keep on that vector, it'll bring them close to Venus.
Got to cut down the distance between their ship and ours. If we don't get them in the viewscope before they land and cut their rockets, we'll lose them.
All right, Morgan, set her down.
It's Venus. By the looks of the landscape, we're near the Southwest Sea, close to the Tycho Mountains.
That's right, Miss Carlisle. Nobody will ever find this hideout. Cut your rockets, Morgan, and don't overshoot the rocket port. You take the money. I'll handle the girl. Come on, we got to decide what to do with you. All right. Just sit down and relax, miss.
Yeah, you can watch us count the money.
We got to reach a decision and right away.
What do you suggest?
Well, we can't keep her here, and we can't turn her loose. She knows too much.
That leaves only one thing. Do away with her.
Yeah. But so far, we never had to resort to anything so drastic.
That's our own fault.
My fault. And just how do you figure that?
You just keep out of this. Just leave it to a woman to spoil a man's perfect record of crime without violence. Me, Woody Nor, the Sleepwalker. I pulled off dozens of robberies and never even had to slug anybody.
I've got it. We can take some of this money and hire somebody else to take care of her.
Morgan, have you no code of ethics? The principle is the same.
Ethics.
Hey, listen. The spaceship.
It's a space patrol ship.
It's Terra 5, Commander Corey's ship.
Blast him. How did he train us here?
What are we going to do?
Take it easy. I'll turn on the ultrasonic beam.
What will that do?
Just watch. I got a scanning device on the roof. It revolves slowly. And when a beam is interrupted by a moving object, ultrasonic waves are focused on it.
Ultrasonic waves. What do they do?
Well, first they affect the nervous system. They paralyze any living thing within range. The more the victim moves, the more intense the vibration becomes. There is no escape.
Oh, no.
Finally, the vibration acts on the flesh like a million tiny scalpels. I won't use it, except that I'm forced to in self-defense.
Stop showing how much you know. Let's get this over with.
All right, come to the window if you'd like to watch.
I thought I saw somebody at the window up there in the hideout, Commander. They've seen us.
Keep your ray gun in its holster, Happy.
Suppose they start firing at us.
You may be taking them by surprise. If not, well, Woody Nor has never used physical violence before in his other crimes.
Let's hope he doesn't start now.
If you come up here ready to shoot, he may get panicky and harm Carol. He probably figures his own best chance
Hey,
is to...
Commander, I feel sort of funny.
So do I. A tingling sensation.
There's a ringing in my ears. Do you notice it?
Yes. It's not exactly a sound, yet...
Hey, is this uphill or something? It's hard to walk. It feels like a big weight was put on me.
I can hardly move. Happy. Nor's using some sort of ray on us.
A paralyzer ray.
Oh, it's worse than that. Look up there on the roof. See that big metal cone?
It's following us.
We're in an ultrasonic beam. Get back to the ship, Happy. Get out of its range quickly. Happy, get up. Here, I'll help you.
Commander, I can't even crawl. My head, it feels like it's got 1,000 needles in it.
If we don't get out of this beam, it's going to shake us to pieces.
We'll be back with Space Patrol in just a moment. Say, gang, listen to this. Poor old motor. It's got nothing to go on but ordinary fuel. I say, but listen to this. Wow, there's a motor that's supercharged. Got super fuel in it, that's why. Now, gang, you know the same is true of you. When you have ordinary fuel for breakfast, what are you? Just a putt-putt. But when you have super fuel for breakfast, well, that's when you can be a super somebody, because you're supercharged. So, gang, eat the super fuel Buzz Corey has in the morning. A power breakfast with wheat checks or rice checks, the bite-sized super cereals. Good? Ah, wait till you try 'em. The swellest tasting cereals in the universe. And the only cereals in the universe with that modern bite-sized design. So don't be a putt-putt. Be a super somebody. Eat a breakfast that supercharges you. A power breakfast with the super cereals, rice checks and wheat checks. Woody Nor and Bob Morgan have stolen 500,000 United Planets credits from a passenger ship and abducted the Secretary General's daughter, Carol, because she was the only person aboard the spaceship who could identify them. However, Buzz and Happy were able to follow the thieves' spaceship by tracing through Carol's miniature spaceophone. As the commander and his cadet walked toward Nor's hideout on Venus, Nor turned on an ultrasonic beam. The beam could first paralyze and then destroy them. Right now, barely able to move, Buzz and Happy lie on the ground as the high-frequency sound vibrations rack them with pain.
Maybe we can roll away from the beam, sir.
It's getting more intense. In a few seconds, we'll be completely paralyzed.
Our ray guns, maybe we can hit the cone.
Ray guns wouldn't affect it. Wait a minute. That cone tracked us, followed us.
Yes, sir.
It must be controlled by an electric eye. If we can blind that eye...
Blind it? You mean throw something at it?
No, our atomolites. Shine your atomolite on the round unit on top of the cone. I'll use mine, too.
If I can move my arm.
Got to, Happy. Quickly, while we're able to move at all.
I'm getting it good. My hand is shaking so much I can't hold the beam steady.
It's working, though. My beam's in focus.
I've got it, sir. The cone's turning all around, back and forth and up and down.
We've confused it. Keep your atomolite on it, though. It'll find us again. Can you get up, Happy?
Pretty shaky, but I'll try it.
Keep your light steady. That's it.
Wow. I'm as wobbly as a burned-out rocket.
Come on. We got to get in there before Nora thinks up something else. This time we won't hesitate to use our ray guns.
They're getting up.
You might as well give up. Buzz and Happy are more than a match for you two.
Shut up. We're not through yet. Morgan, you hold him off. I'll take the girl and the money. We'll slip out the back way.
Oh, sure. Leave me to face the music alone. Nothing doing.
Well, we both can't get away. And if I have the girl, I can force Corey to let you go.
How do I know you'll do it?
Don't argue, you fool. Corey and the cadet are pretty shaky from the sonic beams. You can handle them. I'll take Corey's ship, and when you get out, you take mine. There they are. Hold him off. All right, miss, let's go. Come on.
Hey, stop it. Let go of me.
I said, come on.
Oh!
Hey, Woody, you got a ray gun.
Now, use that iron bar and lock this door behind us.
Once more, Happy. That did it.
Wow, I'm so weak I can hardly stand.
Take it easy, Hap. They're probably hiding down this hallway.
Hey, I think I hear somebody in this room, sir.
I'll open the door. You cover me from the side.
Yes, sir.
Empty. Try the next one. Now, Happy, I'll continue searching the house. You go out and see if there's a back door. They may try to sneak.
Smoking rockets, we're too late. They made it to their ship.
Their ship, nothing. Look out the window.
Terra 5. They took our ship.
Then we'll take theirs.
I don't think you will.
Commander, look out! Why, you... Give me that bar.
Stand back, cadet.
Oh, shoulder.
Next time it'll be your head, just like the commander got, only not so easy. All right, now I'll take those guns.
Hey, the commander's hurt bad.
He'll be all right. Well, cadet, let's carry out the commander's order.
Huh?
He wanted to get in our ship, so pick him up. Come on, you're going to have to carry him. Morgan to Nor. Morgan calling Nor.
Nor here. What happened?
Everything worked out fine. I have 2 passengers. They're resting secured back aft.
Good work, Morgan. You blasted off without any difficulty then.
A little. Everything's fine now. What's next?
Say, if we're going to talk business, switch over to the scramble circuit.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, we'll rendezvous near the uncompleted artificial satellite.
What about our passengers?
Well, unload yours on the satellite in spacesuits and without the jet packs. Then I'll transfer to our ship.
What about the girl?
I'll leave her in Terra 5. All comfortable and secure, except for one little thing.
All right, Corey, cadet. Get into the airlock.
You aren't going to drop us off in empty space.
If I was going to do that, I wouldn't have shut off the rockets. When you open the outer hatch, you'll step right off onto the unfinished artificial satellite, the one swinging around Venus.
What about Carol? Is Nora going to leave her with us?
She won't be far away. Now get out. Close your helmets and step out.
I want to know what you're going to do with Carol.
You're going to get a blast of this ray gun if you don't move. I'll tell you about Carol when you're outside the ship.
There's Terra 5, sir. But why is Nor stopping it so far from the satellite?
Happy, stand clear of Morgan's ship. I think he's getting ready to blast away from the space platform.
That's right, Corey. Going to pick up Nor and we'll be on our way.
What about Carol?
Leaving her in Terra 5, several hundred yards away. But we're leaving a time bomb in the ship with her.
What good is that going to do you?
If the ship's destroyed, there'll be no chance of it being sighted by another ship. No one will look for you two on this unfinished space platform. Not for weeks.
Why can't you give Carol a chance? Put her here with us.
Wouldn't you prefer to have her go quickly instead of suffering from hunger and thirst? Besides, Nora and I like to think of you two watching, waiting for that explosion. It'll give you something to think about while you wait for your own finish.
Nora's ship is nearly out of sight, sir.
Yes, the contemptible cowards.
And there's Terra 5. So close, and yet it might as well be several DUs away for all we can do about it.
Commander, this is Woody Nor with just a final fond word of farewell.
Nora, listen. Did you really leave a bomb in our ship?
Well, you just wait and see. Incidentally, I can barely hear your signal from the spacesuit transmitter. I doubt that a spaceship could hear you or reach you in time to save the girl. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to keep your magnetic boots turned on full, or you'll float off into nowhere. Goodbye, Commander. Knorr.
Oh, the dirty rats. We're about as far from the regular space lanes as we could be.
Yeah, that's why the satellite is being built here.
If we only had our jetpacks. But here we are with no way of moving off this platform in a set direction. Sitting here in a scrap pile of tied-down metal, waiting for that bomb.
Happy, wait a minute. That's not a scrap pile, not to us. It's rocket fuel.
Rocket fuel? Why, it's just chunks of metal.
Uh-huh. Here's a big, broad plate of endurium. That'll serve as a space raft.
Space raft?
Get busy and pile some of these scraps on the plate.
Well, sure, sir, but I don't get it.
We're going to make a man-powered rocket.
A man-powered rocket?
Remember that summer on Lake Azure when you stood up in the canoe and threw a rock at a leaping fish?
Do I? I went over backwards out of the canoe into the lake.
Exactly. You demonstrated Sir Isaac Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Sure. That's the principle that rockets and all spaceships operate on.
Right. Spaceship moves forward because molecules of fuel are forced out of the rocket engines. This big flat endurium plate is our ship. You and I are the engines, and these chunks of metal are the fuel.
Hey, I get it. We toss the chunks off our raft in the opposite direction from where we want to go.
Right, let's get busy. Don't know how much time we've got left. There. That's enough scrap metal, Happy. Get on the raft and brace yourself firmly.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's throw together and smoothly, or we'll zigzag. I'll give us a start by pushing away from the satellite with my hand. Make sure your magnetic boots are firm on the raft, or you'll be in trouble.
We're moving. Hey, just like pushing away from a pier in a boat.
It's not very fast, but we'll gain speed. Now start throwing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
It's not going much faster.
No, but with each throw, you gain acceleration. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Gee, sir, look how close we are to the ship.
Yes, but we're not heading for the airlock. Throw off the right corner this time. That'll turn it. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that head's all right, sir.
Yeah, we can stop now. The raft will coast at this velocity. We don't want to hit the ship too hard. It's going to be quite a bump as it is.
If that bomb goes off now, it's just too bad for all three of us.
Brace yourself, Happy.
Wow.
All right, open the outer hatch. Let's hurry. Now, quickly into the airlock. Now close it so we don't let the air out of the ship. Into the ship.
Carol, where's the bomb?
Open your faceplate, Happy. She can't hear you.
Oh, Buzz. Happy.
Oh, where's the bomb?
It's in the next compartment. I've been trying to get loose from these ropes.
I'll get it. Here it is.
You want to heave it out the airlock, sir?
That won't be necessary, Happy. I've cut off the time mechanism.
Oh, what a relief. I've been lying here expecting every second to be the last.
Now we've got to get Knorr and Morgan. Do you have any idea where they're headed?
Well, I remember Woody Knorr saying something about taking part of the money to a place in Lowell City on Mars.
You remember where in Lowell City?
Well, let me see. I think I can, but I'm so upset right now.
All right, Carol, you relax. Happy now, blast off for Lowell City.
All right, pull the surface car up here, Morgan.
Okay. Hello, City sure looks good to me. Hey, you sure this guy can get rid of these credits for us without getting caught?
Oh, yeah. He's got a perfect setup. He spreads the stolen credits among the bank's funds. Gives us other money for the hot stuff. Less 10% for his services. Okay, let's get out of the car. I'll bring the loot.
Help you with your luggage, gentlemen?
Glory.
Run for it, Morgan.
Oh, no, you don't.
Hey, let go of me.
And this one's for that sonic beam.
If that's a gun you're reaching for, drop it.
I've got Morgan, sir.
Hang on to him, Happy. Get up, Knorr, on your feet.
All right. Don't hit me anymore.
You got off that space platform, but how? Didn't the ship explode?
No, we got to the bomb about 2 minutes before it was set to go off.
Somebody rescued you. It's impossible. There wasn't a ship near enough to get you in time. No living person could help you off that satellite.
Yeah, you're right, Knorr. No living person did. But somebody did help us. One of the greatest scientists who ever lived. A man whose name was Sir Isaac Newton.
An exciting preview of next week's thrilling Space Patrol adventure in just a moment. But first,
This is your commander.
Cadet Happy.
and Captain Dick Tufeld, gang, we're going to tell you how to get a pair of those sensational new Space Patrol space binoculars that you can see way off in the distance with. Now, remember, you don't have to hold these binoculars up to your eyes. You wear them on your head like outer space headgear. They're form-fitted to your eyes, and a strong elastic band holds them snugly on. Now, these are not flimsy little celluloid goggles or a mask. They're real, full-size, 4-power binoculars with 4 pure lucite lenses. Real binoculars 5 inches long, 5 inches wide, made out of solid black plastic with a bright red leather-like trimming. And when you wear them, these big, handsome space binoculars stand out from your eyes a full 3.5 inches.
Remember, these are 4-power binoculars. This means they make objects way off in the distance look 4 times closer. You can spot airplanes in the sky, boats on the water, far-off objects on land. Your space binoculars will smallify, too. Yes, sir, when you reverse them, they make things look real little and far away. Lots of fun, right, Hap?
You bet. And boy, oh boy, these binoculars have that real outer space look. Gosh, when people see you wearing your space binoculars, why, they'll think you just stepped out of a rocket ship from Mars.
Gang, send for these valuable Space Patrol space binoculars today. Without a doubt, the greatest value we have ever offered on Space Patrol. To get a pair, do this. Buy a box of Instant Ralston. Then, with your name and address, send 25 cents in coin and an Instant Ralston box top to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. This offer good only in USA and may be withdrawn at any time. If you don't think your space binoculars are really tops, return them, and the Ralston Company will refund your money without question. That's Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. And now, a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol story. A strange fever, the wandering fever, has struck the planet Neptune, and people are leaving by the thousands. Happy, who's been on Neptune with the commander, has caught this strange fever and taken off alone in a spaceship. As he flies under the influence of the fever, he mutters to himself and is unable to heed the voice of Commander Corey coming over the ship's spaceophone receiver.
It's beautiful out here in space. All the planets of the solar system and the stars beyond.
Commander Corey calling Cadet Happy. Listen, Happy.
There's that voice again. Over and over. So far away. So far away.
Happy, this is urgent. Listen. The ship you're flying has no landing control unit.
Oh, why don't I go to Pluto? Yes, I'll head for Pluto.
Happy, listen to me. You're in serious danger. If you try to land that ship, you'll crash.
Be sure to be with us next Saturday for the exciting story, The Deserted Planet, when wheat checks, rice checks, and good hot Ralston again bring you Space Patrol! High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol! Space Patrol, an original Mike Moser production starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston and directed by Larry Robertson. Other players were Ken Mayer, Virginia Hewitt, and Bela Kovac. Dick Tufeld speaking. Now, don't forget to tune in next Saturday and every Saturday when wheat checks, rice checks, and good hot Ralston again presents the new exciting Space Patrol. And be sure to see another exciting Space Patrol program on your local ABC TV station. Consult your paper for time and channel. Space Patrol comes to you transcribed from Hollywood. This is ABC Radio Network.
Wheat checks, rice checks, and good hot Ralston present Space Patrol! High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol! In today's transcribed adventure, Buzz and Happy are in the mountains of Venus, approaching a cabin where 3 criminals are hiding. They're walking toward a metal bridge across a deep chasm.
I wonder if they've seen us, Commander.
They may have. This way they won't have as much warning as if they'd landed our ship near the cabin. All right, quickly, across the bridge.
Oh, it's so deep going. At least 300 feet. Commander, the bridge is giving way.
Run for the other side.
My feet are slipping. I'm going to fall.
We'll be back in just a moment with today's Space Patrol story, The Scavenger of Space. Hi, gang. Captain Dick Tufeld reporting.
And Captain Jack Nars reporting.
We're going to tell you all about those wonderful new Space Patrol space binoculars.
We're going to tell you how to get them,
How to use them,
what they look like,
what they do,
the fun you can have with
the
them.
thrills you can have with them.
Space Patrol Space Binoculars.
Gang, you can see way, way off in the distance with them.
People, houses, and cars blocks and blocks away look nearer, bigger, clearer.
You'll wear them on your head just like outer space headgear.
They stick out from your eyes a full 3.5 inches.
Makes you look like a strange person from another planet.
Wear them when you're watching sports.
And when you play Space Patrol.
Spot airplanes in the sky.
Spot your dad coming home from work while he's still way, way down the block.
Have fun with them no matter where you go.
One end magnifies, makes faraway objects look close.
The other end does a switcheroo. Makes close objects look far away.
Not flimsy celluloid goggles or a mask.
But real, solid plastic binoculars with a beautiful leather-like trimming.
Giant size, too. 5 inches wide, 5 inches long.
The greatest value ever offered on Space Patrol. But we can only offer it for a limited time.
Now, to get a pair, do this. Buy a box of Instant Ralston. Then, with your name and address, send 25 cents in coin and an Instant Ralston box top to Space Patrol. Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri.
This offer good only in the USA and may be withdrawn at any time.
That's Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. In Lowell City, on the planet Mars, is the head office of Carlyle McCrae, president of a very profitable interplanetary business, the business of reclaiming and repossessing metals and chemicals. At this moment, he's sitting at his desk, looking over reports from his branch superintendents on the various planets. The door of his office opens, and a young man enters. Immediately, Carlyle McCrae's frown turns to a deep scowl.
Larry, what are you doing here? Ah, my big business brother Carlyle. How's the old junk man? Don't use that expression to me. Why, Carlyle, everybody calls you the junk man. That is, except those who call you the scavenger of space. It's a term of respect for your great business abilities. Get out of the office. Ah, take it easy. I'll show you something. Have a look at this. What's this? A list of your debts? Oh, that's unkind. No, brother, it's an itemized catalog of intended purchases. Materials which the United Planets government will be buying from private firms during the coming year. Huh?
Classified information. You stole it.
Of course. If you don't want it, I'll take it back.
Wait a minute. You deliberately took these secret papers out of the file. Now you will be in it, Jack.
Oh, no, I won't.
Fool, you're an employee. When they find out it's missing, you'll be the first one they'll suspect. Then I'll be ruined. Brother of a street.
Allow. Why don't you shut up for a change and just listen? In the first place, I didn't take them out of the file. And no one will suspect me because I went on leave of absence from the commission office 3 days before the papers were taken.
Then how did you get them?
I'm trying to tell you. The head of my department's an incompetent character named Donald Hall.
Yes?
He can't keep up with his work during office hours, and he doesn't want the higher-ups to find out. So he's been taking some of his work home over the night.
You hijacked him one night and took the papers.
Yeah, you catch on quick.
Did you know you did it?
No.
If this ever gets out that my brother's a crook, I'll never get another government contract.
It can't get out. Hall himself won't let it.
How do you mean?
That's the see. It's against security regulations to take secret documents out of the building. Now, Donald Hall isn't going to admit he violated regulations, so he'll cover up the theft somehow to protect himself.
You know, Larry, perhaps I've misjudged you.
Thanks, Charles. Now, if you think this information can be of use to you...
Of use? Oh, why, we can clean up. Now, I suppose you'll be needing a little money. Sit down and let's work out a deal. Donald Hall's office is over there, Happy.
Oh, I see it, Commander. United Planets Purchasing Commission.
Mr. Hall seemed very upset about something, but he wouldn't tell me what it was over the phone. Mr. Hall?
Commander Toy, something awful has happened.
Oh, can I speak to you?
It's all right. This is Cadet Happy. How do you do, Mr. Hall?
Fine.
Commander, I want to show you something. Will you come this way, please?
All right, come on, Happy.
The filing cabinet. This morning I opened this one to get some documents and found this.
It's sort of a spooky tote.
Exactly.
What is it?
This drawer is supposed to contain classified information. Somebody has apparently poured acid in here and converted all those papers to this soggy, indistinguishable mess.
Who has access to this file?
Why, all of the employees in my section. 18 to be exact, including myself.
Why would anyone do a thing like this?
It's obviously sabotage. A deliberate destruction of these documents.
Perhaps. We'll find out quick with the brainograph.
Brainograph?
Yes, I'll put all of your employees through a brainograph test. If they know anything about this, it'll show up. Are they available for a test?
Why, yes. Except one. He's away on a leave of absence. He's been gone for several days.
We'll test him anyway. If he's innocent, he hasn't anything to worry about. Who is he?
Larry McRae. I believe he went to Mars. Lowell City, to be exact.
We'll look him up. All right, now if you'll show me an index of those destroyed documents and a list of your employees.
All right, Larry. Here's an advance on the money we agreed on.
Thanks, Carlisle.
Now listen, don't spend it. Don't do anything to arouse suspicion. When your leave is over, go back to Terra and your job with the purchasing commission. Understand?
Sure. Look, I'll pick up a couple of things in the next room. Be right back. Now, don't worry about a thing.
McRae, go ahead.
Mr. McRae, you don't know me, and please don't ask any questions. I have some vital information concerning your brother, Larry.
My brother?
Yes,
Oh.
sir.
Let's have it.
He's to be questioned about some documents which were destroyed in the office where he worked on Terra.
Documents? What documents?
Please, no questions. Just listen. I happen to know that the Space Patrol is putting all employees of the purchasing section to a brainograph test.
Why do you think my brother would be concerned? Just who is he?
Naturally, Mr. McRae, I don't suspect your brother of any wrongdoing. This is just a friendly tip. For all I know, he may welcome a brainograph test.
I have no doubt that he will.
Well, in that case, he can get a free trip back to Terra. Commander Corey is coming to get him. Right away. Goodbye, Mr. McRae.
Who is that?
I don't know, but you're in a jam. Corey's coming here to give you a brainograph test.
What? I can't face that. The whole thing had come out.
I've got a place on Venus where you'll be safe. You can take one of my ships.
I'll blast off right away.
Wait, you'll need some more money. It's in a safe at the chemical lab near the spaceport. I'll give you the address and the combination to the safe. Take the diagonal ramp at the next corner, Happy. It's the surface car cutoff lane to Sector C of Lowell City.
Right, Commander. And Carlisle McRae's company's on Avenue R?
That's correct.
Well, if Larry McRae is involved in this sabotage, he wouldn't have gone right to his brother's place of business.
Well, maybe not. At least he hasn't made it difficult for our Martian agents to locate him. But Larry may have some subconscious knowledge of subversive activity in the purchasing section. The brainograph will reveal it.
Well, we certainly didn't get anything from the other employees.
Space Patrol Unit Headquarters, Lowell City, Mars, calling Commander Corey and Surface Car 294.
This is Commander Corey. Go ahead.
Agent L47 has just reported that Larry McRae has left his brother's office and is headed down Lowell Freeway toward the spaceport.
Do you have McRae's vehicle number?
Yes, Commander. LP145H92. I've just been handed a new report. McRae's surface car has taken lane 7 on the Civic Center Cloverleaf.
That would take him west of the spaceport. Dispatcher, inform Agent L47 that I'll follow through personally on McRae. Relieve all other agents on McRae case until further notice. Corey out. Turn out the ramp to the next cutoff, Happy. It'll take us into lane 7 south of the Cloverleaf. I've sighted Larry McRae's surface car, Hap, through the space binoculars. It's the blue one, quarter of a mile ahead of us.
Oh, yeah, the one turning off the main lane?
Yes. It leads to an industrial plant of some kind, a very small one. Our friend Larry McRae could be running an errand for his brother. Okay, Happy. Follow him into the plant yard. Well, let's go, Happy. I just went inside the building.
Yes, sir. Well, this plant doesn't seem to be in operation, Commander.
One of Carlisle McRae's properties, all right. McRae Synthetics, the sign says.
I thought he was chiefly in the junk business.
Only in a very general sense.
Not in this room. We've gone through toward the rear of the building. What do you want? Are you Larry McCrae? Yes. I'm Commander Corey. What do you want with me? Mr. McCrae, a file drawer full of documents has been destroyed at the Purchasing Commission offices back on Terra. I don't know anything about it, Commander. Your department head, Mr. Hall, told us you'd left Terra before the sabotage occurred, but we'd like to give you a brainograph test. What for? If you don't think I had anything to do with it. All the other employees have taken the test. There's a possibility that subconsciously you might have a slight clue that would point to the guilty party. What if I refuse to take the test? If you're innocent, why should you refuse? But in a case of this kind, I'm afraid you don't have any choice. Okay? Oh, yes, I do. Commander, he's got a ray gun. I'll take that gun, McCrae. Need some help, Commander? No, thanks, Happy. What a sock, Commander. I'd say Larry McCrae had a lot more to do with those destroyed documents than Hall thought. Yeah, I remember what you said in Hall's office about the sabotage being used to cover up a theft. Looks like you sure were on the right vector with that one, sir. Keep an eye on him, Happy. I'm going to phone Space Patrol headquarters here in the city and arrange for them to take Larry back to Terra right away. I'll watch him, sir. Sure. You'll be okay, Larry. You can get up if you want to, but don't try anything. Now look, get this straight. I didn't destroy any documents. Yeah? Then you were a chump for pulling that gun on the commander. You sure look guilty now. I'm being framed. Donald Hall is trying to put the blame on me to cover up for his own mistake. That's it. What was that noise? Who else is in this building? Nobody. Sounded like a door. Who's there? Oh.
All right, Les. Go out the other door.
Who are you? Why the mask?
It would be inconvenient if I were recognized.
I know my brother sent you.
Yes. Carlisle got a tip that the Space Patrol was on its way here. Get ready to run when I break this bottle.
What is it?
A very powerful gas. A few whiffs of this and the cadet will be taken care of for good.
Hurry up, it's coming too.
Stand back. Come on, Larry. Let's go.
Commander, Commander.
We'll be back with Space Patrol in just a moment.
Here's a secret Buzz Corey wants you to know about. The secret of how space patrollers get a rich, roaring start in the morning. Here's what they do. They eat a breakfast that supercharges them. A power breakfast with one of the three checkerboard super cereals, Rice Chex, Wheat Chex, and Instant Ralston. Chex. They're the super cereals with that modern, bite-sized design. The cereals with a swell new taste that you'll like right off the reel. Now, to warm up your motor, there's Instant Ralston, the hot super cereal. Has a heart of wheat flavor you'll really go for. So now you know how space patrollers get that rip-roaring morning start. Gang, get a flying start yourself every morning. Sit down to a nourishing breakfast with a checkerboard super cereal and get supercharged. Rice Chex, Wheat Chex, and good hot Ralston. They're the super cereals that help to supercharge you. Larry McCrae, an employee of the United Planets Purchasing Commission, has waylaid his office manager and stolen some secret documents. The minor executive, Donald Hall, has not reported the theft, but has told Commander Corey an entire drawerful of documents has been destroyed by acid. When Buzz Corey and Cadet Happy stopped Larry McCrae for routine questioning, he resisted arrest and was knocked out by the commander. But while Happy was guarding Larry, a mysterious masked man attacked the cadet, and after bursting a bottle of poisonous chemicals, helped Larry McCrae escape. Right now, Happy is lying on the floor, nearly overcome by the deadly fumes. Commander.
Okay, Happy, bring McCrae out. Happy!
Commander. Don't try to talk now. Wait till we hit the fresh air. Thought I was through. Take a few deep breaths before you try to talk. Now, what happened in there? How did Larry get away?
Somebody shocked me. I think he was wearing a mask. Then that gas started burning my lungs.
Somebody must have been tipped off that we were after Larry McRae.
I think I can stand up now.
Good. We'll broadcast an alarm to Larry. Then we'll have a talk with his brother, Carl. I don't know who you are, but thanks for the help.
Just keep driving, and don't look around toward the back seat. I'm keeping my head down so no one will see this mask.
Hey, did my brother give you any new instructions about what I'm supposed to do?
What did he tell you before?
To take one of his spaceships to a place on Venus, the Zartran Mountains. You know, the hunting lodge near Lake Nazareth.
Oh, yes. You go ahead and do that, just as your brother said.
Oh, fine. Sure lucky you rescued me from Corey. The brainograph test would show right off that I slugged Hall in his apartment and stole the documents.
You? Slugged Donald Hall?
Didn't Carlisle tell you that part? Hey, maybe I'm speaking out of turn. I thought you knew.
Yes, I know. I know the whole thing. Larry dug down the side street and into an alley. I'm getting out.
I get it. You don't want anybody to see you when you remove that mask.
Sure. Can't take any chances, you know. I want you to return a favor I just did you and your brother.
What do you mean?
I just rescued Larry McRae from Commander Corey and the cadet.
You aren't referring to a phone call tip-off by any chance?
Something else, too. Larry was under arrest when I interfered.
And what favor do you want?
The documents Larry stole from a certain Donald Hall.
Are you crazy? Why, those are worth a fortune to me.
They're worth more to me. My good reputation.
I don't get it. Who are you?
I am Donald Hall.
What? Then this yarn you told the Space Patrol about a lot of documents being destroyed.
Yes, it was just merely to cover up the loss of papers your brother took from me. I had no idea he was the gilded party until a few minutes ago.
Now, Hall, I'm sure we can work out a deal together.
Give me those documents.
You wouldn't use that gun, Hall.
I didn't hesitate to get rid of a Space Patrol cadet. Why would I hesitate to eliminate a character like you? Now get the papers.
All right, Hall. They're locked in this cabinet.
No tricky stuff, you know.
No, don't worry.
Hurry. I haven't much time.
They're right in here. By the way, my brother must have been surprised when you appeared to rescue him.
He didn't know who it was. I wore a mask.
A mask?
Yes, this one.
Not taking any chances, are you?
The papers, if you please.
Sure. Here they are.
Thanks. These are the ones, all right.
Now, you read a little script.
I warn you. Try to outfox me, will you? Now, I'm going to win it and really take care of
Who's there?
Space Patrol.
Oh, come in.
McRae.
Commander Corey, this is Cadet Hacker. Yes, Commander.
Oh, look at his head.
What happened? Nothing. Just a fall, but very clumsy. Seems to be a lot of clumsiness lately. You didn't get that many bruises from one fall. Who did it? As I tell you, I fell. I get dizzy spells. All right, I'll get you over. We came here to find out where your brother was headed after he left that chemical plant of yours near the spaceport. Brother? I haven't the slightest idea. Did he come back here? I told you, I don't know.
Commander, look at this. I found it on the floor.
Oh, man. Do you wear this at work, Carlisle? It's a dust rag. A dust rag with eye holes. Hand it here, Hacker.
Yes, sir.
It has a strange, pungent odor, very powerful and unpleasant. Smell the mask, Hacker.
Ooh, that's the same smell as that chemical back there where I got slugged.
Exactly. Carlisle, either you rescued your brother, or the man who did came here afterward and dropped that mask. Probably in a fight with you. I don't know anything about it. The mask, I mean. All right, Carlisle. You don't want to press charges against the man who attacked you. That's your affair. Come on, Happy.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to have bothered you, Mr. McRae. Goodbye, Corey.
Commander, you must know something. Can't you arrest him?
I could, on suspicion. Did you notice that open file cabinet with the papers disarranged?
Yes, sir.
Whoever dropped that mask could have come to Carlisle's office after some papers. Probably the papers Larry stole. And by the looks of Carlisle, the other guy got him. I think I know who that other guy might be. Huh? Who? While I was talking to Lowell City Space Patrol, I learned that Donald Hall is here on Mars. Oh? Yes, it seems he came to consult a certain doctor. Well, what's our next move? Well, for one thing, we'll just keep an eye on Carlisle and McCrae. If he makes a move, we'll follow him. Any reports since I've been out of the office, Happy? Not on Carlisle McCrae, sir. He's still at his office, according to the last report from our agent 5 minutes ago.
Space Patrol calling Commander Corey.
Corey here, go ahead.
Carlisle McCrae is preparing to leave Mars, Commander. Our agent at the spaceport reports that McCrae's private cruiser is being given a pre-flight check by his chief engineer.
We'll blast off ahead of him and pick him up after he leaves Mars. Corey out. Let's get to our ship, Happy. I pick him up, sir. Let him get on his vector. Then we'll trail him. He's setting his ship down about a mile from Lake Nazareth. Carlisle sure picked a good hideout for his brother. If we hadn't trailed him here, we never could have found it. There are 2 other ships down there, near what looks like a mountain lodge. 2 ships? Yes. There's a deep gorge near the lodge with a bridge across it. We'll set our ship down the other side of that hill and sneak up on them across the bridge. Just a minute, Carlisle. Come in. I recognize the ship. Hey, what's wrong? What's that other ship doing out there? Oh, that. I've got a guess. Donald Hall. Of course. Came to my office, got the documents, and marked me out. Where is he? Tied up in the back room. He came here to be sure I'd never be able to expose him in a brainograph test. But I managed to get the first blow. We've got to get rid of Hall. He's as dangerous to us as you are to him. I suggest... Larry, look out the window. Huh? 2 space patrolmen. That's Corey and the cadet. They're smarter than I gave him credit for. What are we going to do? Now, don't get panicky. They're still on the other side of the gorge. The bridge control. Drop the bridge so they can't get across. Now, let me handle it. Wait just a few seconds more. I wonder if they've seen us, Commander. They may have. But this way, they won't have as much warning as if we'd landed the ship near the lodge. All right, quickly, across the bridge. That's sure a deep gorge. At least 300 feet. Commander, the bridge is giving way. Run for the other side. My feet are slipping. I'm going to fall. I've got you, Happy. Grab the railing. Hang on tight. Oh, I'm sure I'd lose my grip. You're lucky you grabbed me. Close for both of us. The bridge is hanging straight down. Climb up the railing, hand over hand. Use the braces as a ladder. All right, sir. We're about 10 feet from the top. Well, that takes care of them. Yeah. They'll never survive that 300-foot drop to the bottom of the gorge. Neither will Donald Hall. Oh, is that what you're going to do with him? Yes. There isn't time for anything more fancy. Let's get him. Okay. I'll have to get you a new hiding place. Ah, the McCrae brothers. Corey! That's right. You're both under arrest. We'll see about that. Happy, take care of Larry. Yes, sir. Try this for size, Larry. And now, Carl, let's see how tough you really are. That's enough, Corey. I've had enough. Okay. We got Donald Hall here? Yes. Yes, he's in the back room. See to yourself. I'll do it, sir. He's here all right, sir. All tied up. Commander, you've got to listen to me. I didn't steal any documents. Honest, I merely took them home to catch up. You could have kept yourself out of the worst jam by telling me that at first. Now there are quite a few counts against you, including freeing of an official prisoner and an attack on a cadet of the Space Patrol. Hey, you know, Commander, as a cadet, I can say that this is probably the only time I ever heard of anybody getting into trouble by doing too much homework. Ah!
An exciting preview of next week's thrilling Space Patrol adventure in just a moment. But first, gang, this is Captain Dick Tufeld.
And Captain Jack Nars.
And we're going to tell you once again how to get a pair of those wonderful new Space Patrol space binoculars that you can see way off in the distance with. A pair of space binoculars exactly like Commander Corey uses. Now, you don't hold them in your hand. You wear them on your head like outer space headgear. You'll look like a boy or girl from Mars because space binoculars stand out from your eyes a full 3½ inches. Yes, sir, space binoculars are not just little goggles made out of flimsy celluloid. And they're not just a little mask made out of cardboard. Space binoculars are big, full-size, 4-power binoculars. 5 inches wide, 5 inches long, made out of solid black plastic with a bright red leather-like trimming. Remember, they make objects blocks and blocks away look clearer and closer, 4 times closer. You can watch airplanes in the sky, study birds in the trees, watch squirrels at close range, spot your dad coming home from work, and do hundreds and hundreds of other things with them all year long. Absolutely the greatest value ever offered on Space Patrol. But we can only offer it for a limited time. Now, here's how to get a pair. Buy a box of Instant Ralston. Then, with your name and address, send 25 cents in coin and an Instant Ralston box top to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. Gang, if you don't think your binoculars are tops, return them and we'll return your money. That's Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. And now, a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure. 2 criminals are holding Tonga in the subcellar of a Venus skyscraper. As Buzz and Happy advance toward the men, they pass a large ventilating tunnel covered with a metal screen. One of the men throws a switch, and behind the screen, the blades of a giant fan start to whirl.
He turned the ventilator fan on. Rush them, Happy. I can't stay on my feet. Keep away from the grating. Can't move. The air blast pulled me against the grating. Got me, too. Try to pull loose, Happy. The wind's too strong. Commander, the grating is sliding up. Pull, Happy. Pull hard. If we don't get out of this tunnel, we'll be pulled into the fan.
Be sure to be with us next Saturday for the exciting story, The Top Secret D-Ray, when Wheat Chex, Rice Chex, and Good Hot Ralston again present Space Patrol! Space Patrol, an original Mike Moser production starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston and directed by Larry Robertson. Other players were Ken Mayer, Norman Jolly, and Bela Kovac. Dick Tufeld speaking. Now, don't forget to tune in next Saturday and every Saturday when Wheat Chex, Rice Chex, and Good Hot Ralston again present the new exciting Space Patrol! And be sure to see another exciting Space Patrol program on your local ABC TV station. Consult your newspaper for time and channel. Space Patrol comes to you transcribed from Hollywood. This is ABC Radio Network.